Hello everyone.
Hi,
Welcome to Korean Law 101. I'm Hyunjoo Ahn.
and this is Hyungjoo.
We talk about legal issues in Korea. So please join us for today's episode. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well, thanks. So, what have you brought us today?
Today we'll talk about food delivery apps, which is very popular in Korea right now with the COVID-19 situation.
Sure.
It's now the order numbers are skyrocketing. And
Yeah.
maybe you also use food apps often, right?
Yes, maybe several times a week.
Me too. Like I'm a
Yeah.
big fan of the food apps.
Nowadays, like even expats who have some kind of language barriers use Korean delivery app quite often because it's very hard to go to the restaurants. But I heard there are some legal issues or some concerns about those
Yes.
services.
Actually, I listened to some story of a tragic death of the owner of the kimbap restaurant.
Yeah.
Actually, she actually sold 3 pieces of fried shrimp, and the customer actually claimed that one of the shrimp was unusual in unusual in color, and she actually claimed the full refund, and then she left the malicious comment.
Oh yeah, I heard about that malicious comments. I heard that the customer even said, "Did your parents teach you that way?"
Oh.
And the restaurant owner was in her 50s, so it was quite shocking considering Koreans' conservative culture. So due to shock, she had a fatal stroke and was sent to the hospital, but sadly, after a few days, she passed away.
Yeah, and also her husband also got stroke and went to the hospital.
Okay,
Yeah, so
I
sad.
see. Yeah. Did the customer leave a bad comment or the review for that?
Yes, actually, the customer he gave 1 star out of a 5 star comment, and then also had a bad malicious comment on there.
Right. Because in Korea, a lot of restaurant owners just rely on delivery service. Bad comments have a huge impact for their like daily operation.
Yeah, actually, it's very instant. Like right after they leave the comment, then the customer refers to the comments
Right.
in the real time, and then the order volumes actually got affected very instantly. So after they try to fix those problems, but it's already late because
Right.
it takes several hours or several days sometimes, and the sellers like restaurant owners are not fully so protected by the service, and also amid conflict with the customers. It actually the time passes, and they're all that damages really happens in the real time. So according to the survey on the delivery app usage released on last month, 63.3% of the restaurant owners in Seoul, Gyeonggi province and Incheon have suffered such damage by the malicious customer reviews.
Wow, that's a lot because I rely on customers' review a lot when I want to try new food. And if I saw like 1 star, I become reluctant and like, oh, should I order? Because I do not want to be that 1 star.
Yeah.
I do not want to have that 1 star
That's
experience.
normally we experience, so it's for everybody the same. The customers refers to their review very importantly, so it's very huge problem right now.
Yeah, due to COVID-19, we cannot visit the real place but rely on the reviews. So having like the good review is like critical for
Very critical for their business.
Yeah, sure. I know that the customers have freedom to leave whatever comment they want, but like as you said, it would be very hard for the owners to fix it later. Yeah, and the impact of bad reviews will be huge. So, is there any like legal issues or the legal implications regarding those bad reviews?
So if the customer leave the review, yeah, of course you said that they have the right to enjoy, or that they can enjoy their right to leave the comment freely. What have they have experienced? But the thing is, if they leave the comment on the false fact, then they can be punished by the Article 313 of the Criminal Act, which is determining injury credits as circulating false facts or through a fraudulent means, and stipulated those who committed shall be subject to the same punishment of the maximum 5 years in prison or the 15 million Korean won fine. Also, according to the Article 314 of the Criminal Act, stipulated that the person who interferes with the business of another by injuring credit or by the threat of force, like you call to the owner of the restaurant and throw the very bad words and also threat them, then can be punished by the imprisonment for maximum 5 years or 15 million Korean won in fine.
Yeah, so I know it's a little bit different from defamation. We know about like making bad review to another person, because if you read those bad reviews not to like individual like me, but about someone's business, it will have huge impact on their business. So the law that applies here is a bit different from like the defamation law that applies to individuals, right?
Yes, so that is the about the determining the injuring credits and circulating false facts, so it's a little different. And also there are some false order cases as well. So the people actually who is arguing with the owner of the restaurant, they try to make the false order, and they call or they use the apps and make them deliver lots of food to such a place. Then they suddenly cancel, or they just said that we did not order that much food. And the owner of the restaurant actually has to throw away all those food, or the food went bad and cannot eat anymore. So in that case, it's a false order and can be considered as a disruption to business. So, and it also in the criminal code 314, and it's 15 million on fine or 5 years in prison.
Yeah, when when the kids were young, like we, not all of us, but sometimes call the restaurant and says, please deliver 1 bowl of jjajangmyeon to my place, and then just hung up.
Yes.
And like they
all the time
laughed about it. But actually it is a kind of crime.
Yeah, it's a kind of crime. And so when the very young boys, if the owner of the restaurant heard, and then they normally double confirm with the parents, right? Yes.
But like as we do here in this case, if you order something falsely via app or call them and say, when the food arrives at your door, you just say, you do not open the door, and you pretend that you didn't order it, and then make the restaurant owner to throw away the food. It's quite a crime. So people should be aware of that. It's not a good joke to play.
So it's not only the criminal code, also the civil compensation. Also, the case can be raised to the civil court. So you also be aware of this.
Yes, because the criminal code, the criminal issues is only about the penalty that can be imposed for their wrongdoings, but they do not compensate to the victims. So for those restaurant owners to be paid for what they lost, they should file for the civil case, and they can get compensation for that. So.
Yeah, so it makes a lot of trouble. So
Sure.
yeah, we should be a customer critics, but not the customer criminals.
No.
All right, so this is it, and that's the today's case, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Thank
All right,
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.